The recent Russian invasion of Georgia was Russia indicating its support for two ethnic provinces within Georgia that are more closely tied to Russia, ethnically, culturally, and so forth. But that's only one proximate cause. Beyond that, Russia sees having Western allied countries on its border as a potential security threat. Russia tends to be, and Russians in general tend to be a little paranoid. They tend to be xenophobic. They're products of their history, as most countries are. And a country's history manifests itself in their policies, their politics, their government structure. One of the aspects of this with the Russians is that they believe very much in the use of power, the use of brute force. One way that they are able to demonstrate this to the world at this point, again, is through this invasion of Georgia, using the two breakaway provinces as a proximate cause. Russia is very, very concerned about the encroachment of NATO on its borders, and it has been it's been feeling almost inferior, if you will, since the collapse of the Soviet Union. Its army pretty much dissolved. It lost a lot of its influence in the world. And since the rise of Vladimir Putin as the president of Russia and now the prime minister, it's clearly their policy to reassert themselves on the world stage. Russia believes it is a world power, believes that it ought to be a world power, and the way it convinces the world that it cannot be ignored and that it must be dealt with is partly through the exercise of military force. They have not been able to do this much in the past 10 to 15 years, particularly since having to leave Afghanistan as they did in 1989. But one of the policies of Vladimir Putin has been to reconstitute Russian authority, Russian influence. And for Russia, the way you have influence on the world stage, again, is through the projection of power. And the situation in Georgia has enabled Russia, now has given them the opportunity to exercise this power and to make the Western countries begin again to think of Russia in terms of an equal power.